You know, it's been over 90 days of me being in my own truck and I didn't even realize. Uh, I was actually watching a video by a young sister called 1 Year Truckers Review Get Your CDL. Now, I don't know if I would say that everyone should get their CDL, but I can say that it is a good idea for some people. So, do you guys think that I'm happy that I got my CDL, or do you think that I'm rethinking life after this winter driving? What you think? I am Essence Revealed, and this channel is documenting my journey as a 48-year-old rookie driver into financial independence and life independence so that other Black women over 40 can see that it is never too late to start a new career or start over, leave that job, leave that relationship, whatever it may be, and so that they know that fear of starting new things or fear of what other people may think or judgments of other people is no reason not to go after something that you may want to go after or make some change you may want to change. So I hope seeing these videos inspires some of you to take that step. So yeah, so it's been just over 3 months of me having my own truck. So here is my honest review of what trucking is like so far in these first 90 days. um I can say, number one, first and foremost, I am deeply humbled, y'all. I am a person that when I decide I'm going to do something, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. So it took me way longer than anticipated to get my CDL license. I had to take that test several times. And if you know me, I am a self-proclaimed nerd. Studying is my jam, test taking is my jam. But your girl knew nothing about cars, furthermore, a truck. And I had to learn every part of this truck from the rooter to the tutor, learning how to maneuver this big old thing, tractor and trailer. That, it was a humbling challenge. And I thought that I would get my CDL in about a couple months, and it took me more like a year. Is this someone coming to see me? I'm waiting for the mechanics to come get Leroy, because he need to cough or something. He needs somebody to check him out. No, that was another driver. Okay, so yeah, it number one is definitely my little self is humbled. Number two, I would say that I feel like when the world melted and we had lockdown and I lost all sources of my income, it actually ended up being a really great boot camp for trucking, because I live and work pretty solo, so there's solitude, which is fine by me as a homebody introvert. Loner. I am perfectly fine with that, but the pandemic really did provide lots of practice getting used to that kind of living. Cooking all my meals, I didn't have income, so I had to cook all my meals. Shout out again to all those, six-figure income earners that are like, ooh, I cook at home. Sometimes you just have to, because that's what your income says you have to do. So that I didn't have money, but I had lots of time. So I was able to learn new skills, and I focused on learning about investing and trading. I had always been a long-term investor, very passive, not at all as disciplined as I should have been. Now that I have this knowledge, I'm like, oh, if I knew then what I know now. But yeah, so even if you don't have money and you have time, you can learn a new skill. So I chose to focus in on the stock market and trading. And so I continue with that as I'm rolling along the highways. If I'm driving 8 to 10 hours a day, I can continue to learn new skills. So the world slowing down actually ended up being a boot camp for trucking. Also, it gave me the unwanted space and time to try to figure out something else, because I never would have thought of starting a new career. I never would have thought of the idea of stopping being a performer, that never was in the cards for me ever. I've been a professional performer with representation since I was 15 years old, auditioning for film and TV and commercials and radio since I was 15 years old. I just was like, this is what I do. So, you know, the world melting actually ended up being a great space for me to learn to pivot. 3, 90-day review of trucking. There's a check every week. Unless you take a week off, then, you know, you won't get paid for when you're not driving. But if you are out here rolling, you're going to get a check on Friday. And I really appreciate that. Now, as a first year trucker, you're not going to be making huge trucking money. However, after coming from not working for 2 years, it's all relative, right? Also, I don't have kids. I don't have large debt. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a car payment. And trucking has also allowed me to not have a lot of other expenses that people normally have. So my checks coming in every week are plenty. When you've learned how to live off of angels, air, and Jesus, a check coming in every week is beautiful. So I definitely appreciate that. You know, no day is the same. That would be my 4th thing. One of the things that I really did not enjoy about working in offices was just the mundane paper shifting, the mundane activities, the people acting like if the fax didn't get out on time, it was the end of the world. If the coffee maker didn't work or the copier broke down, it was the end of the world. I just, you know, it's like, I guess when life is boring, then these things are needed to cause stress and excitement. But in trucking, no day is ever the same. So every day I'm learning something new, and I really like that. Even when the something new is a challenge and, you know, I'm on the side of the road going, what did I do to my life? It's noted, a new thing learned. Every single day is different. Every single day is different. There's no way for me to predict what the day is going to be like, and I actually appreciate that. There are skills. Number 5 would be, there are skills to be learned every day in trucking. And the more skills you learn, like with any other industry, the more skills you learn, the more valuable you become, the better you become at the job, the more valuable you become to companies and to yourself. Because trucking is something that, you know, you can do as a company driver. You could also do it as an owner operator. I am not interested in being an owner operator, but there are a lot of people that come in with that end in mind, and being a company driver definitely improves your skills every single week because you learn new things every single week. And even outside of trucking, you learn skills because you literally have a rolling university. You know, you can listen to podcasts, you can watch YouTube videos, you can listen to audiobooks. So your skills can also be being improved in other areas. The last thing I would say in my 90-day review is, gosh, I am saving so much money by being a trucker that I never would have been able to do while being a performer. Now, I went to NYU and studied acting at Tisch. And the majority of the people that I studied acting with never decided to pursue acting. You know, there's a handful of us that went off to actually become working actors. And, you know, people think about actors in terms of celebrity. And yeah, there's a small percentage of actors that are celebrity status, but there's way more of us who are literally working class. And then there are a handful more, you know, another segment that are, you know, like middle class, upper middle class working performers. So you have people who are working performers who are making 30,000 to 60, 80,000 a year. And then you have some performers that are making 6 figures or multiple 6 figures. You know, not everyone is a celebrity. So when things like the SAG strike is happening and people are like, oh, later for those celebrities, the celebrities are actually supporting us little guys, right? Because if they're using AI, then the performer who is in that 30,000 to say 50,000 bracket is the one that's going to be hurting, not the celebrity. So they were actually standing in solidarity with us little ones. So you know, but being in that kind of variable income, I just had to make money stretch, because I would get paid in some big lump sum, and then I didn't know when the next check was coming. But by being a trucker, I have no rent. I don't have to spend a whole lot on clothing. I have, you know, company shirts that I can wear. I'm in my truck alone, so, you know, I don't have to be a fashionista. There's some trucking girls that are into that. They got all the things, the hair and the nails and the makeup and all of that. I don't really want to bring all that attention to myself out here on the road alone. I don't have to pay for gas and light and all of those things. I have no car note. Like, I am literally able to put 40 to 50% of my money into savings immediately without even thinking about it. So that is an amazing thing. So yeah, there you have it. That is my 90-day review of trucking. Is I am so glad that I made this decision, and I am so proud of the channel Trucking with Kayla. I'll put a link to her video below, because I believe she graduated from college and immediately started driving trucks, and I think she said she's living with her grandmother, so she's saving on all those kinds of expenses as well. I believe she said that she's saving 50% of her checks. So I am so proud of her for giving herself that head start that early in life. And it goes to show you that trucking is one of those things where it can give you an amazing start in life if you have goals of, you know, owning your own business or some other kind of entrepreneurship or some other kind of goal for your life. It can be a springboard for that. Or like me, if you did your retirement and running around the world and travel and all those things that people say they want to do in retirement, if you did that first in your 20s and 30s and 40s like I did, then trucking can be something that you can do at the back end if you're really disciplined and buckle down and put yourself in a situation to still be able to retire before 70. America wants us to work until 70. So trucking will ensure that I do not have to do that. So yeah, that is my 90-day review so far of trucking. I guess the last thing that I would say is that I started off with medium to larger sized companies, and I right now am with a smaller company, and I 100% say smaller company is the better way to go. The larger companies are extremely predatory. They literally know that they can replace you like this, and they treat you as such, and you are not valued. They do not treat you like family. I don't care how many times they put that on the website or a t-shirt or whatever. It is a lie. So yeah, do you think that you could be a trucker based on some of the things you've seen in the world or some of the things you've seen in my video? Is there some other kind of career that you've thought about doing, but you feel like you have to stick it out with the career you're in now? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious to know if there's some second career that you would really want to try, but you've been stopping yourself from, or if there is some other kind of life that you want to live that you're stopping yourself from. Tell us about it in the comments. I really want us to encourage each other and talk about the things that people don't really want us to talk about. So I'm constantly going to be talking about finances because people think that money is taboo. I'm going to be talking about getting over the fear in our minds, because, you know, we get burdened with this sense of propriety as Black women especially, and it doesn't, nobody else has that burden. Relief yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. All right, I will see you all in the next video. This is Essence Revealed. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the journey that I'm taking from actor to tractor, and tune in. I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to also watch the first video called Actor to Tractor to see how I got into this whole mess. And check out the last 2 videos that I did about winter driving to see why I may have thought after these 90 days that I made a mistake for my life. My travel from Midwest to East Coast, and then my travel from East Coast to West Coast. Check those videos out and see if you think you could take being a trucker in the winter. Bye.